How about some ruby red jasmine rice? I bought this because the color, and maybe the taste is good. Just gonna saute with onions, saute the rice, and saute the fresh corn, 2 ears of corn. Just cut it, just cut the corn right off the cob. We're gonna saute all this together with some garlic, and that's it, simple. But it should look good, and hopefully it should taste good. Oh, this is gonna be very simple. You got some heat going there, and I'm gonna throw a little olive oil in it. Or this one you can do with butter if you want, if you like the flavor of butter. Coat the bottom of the pan nicely. And that's all the fat that's going into this recipe. And we're going to saute the onions, the corn, the garlic, and the jasmine rice. But first I have to wash the rice. They say wash it, so I'm going to wash it. And I'm making 2 cups, which is quite a bit, because I'm lazy and it'll be in the refrigerator for a few days. And I'll take out what I need. Plus, I had cooked some red beans, and I will also mix it with some red beans. Let me wash this. That's 1 cup. It's pretty. Nice looking jasmine rice. I've had this just sitting around for some time. I think I bought it in Fairway markets. Saw it on the shelf. I go, wow, that could make a pretty dish. So we're going to saute this. Very nice. And add the correct amount of liquid. I'm adding water to it. You don't have to. You could use, depends on what flavor you're looking for. I would first make this with water, and then you get a better, you taste the rice. If you right away add some kind of stock, you can add vegetable stock, chicken stock, beef stock. And this corn is fresh, it hasn't been cooked yet. So let me cut it off the cob, but that doesn't mean that it was raw. So I'm just letting you know that it is. And that should look good. I'm using garlic and onions. You can use shallots. You can throw celery in there if you wanted, carrots. Oh, 1,000,001 things. I'm gonna put a little salt in there. I can find my measuring spoon. Things are all over the kitchen. As long as you hear that sizzling sound, well, you know you're sauteing. And this is going to be my dinner tonight. like I said, with some leftover red beans. A few minutes like this. Then I'm going to add the water, bring it to a boil, simmer it for about half hour or so. I think this will be a nice colorful dish because of the yellow corn, the red jasmine rice should work out nicely. Okay, now we'll get the water. I have to go into the bathroom for the water. I could have had this ready in another container. But I only have one cup measurer that I found, and that's why I have to walk back and forth 5 times. And there we go. Nice high flame. Bring this to a boil. Cover it. And hopefully in a half hour, we'll have a nice item here. Little pepper. Pepper to your taste. I like black pepper, even though you'll see the little pieces of black in there. It just tastes better than the white pepper. But if I'm making something that's light in color, I really don't want to see the black pepper in there. So I would use white pepper. Good. In a half hour, I should be able to eat. With the red beans, great meal, healthy too. So you can watch this come to a boil, but it's senseless. So we'll just shut this off, bring it to a boil, simmer it, cover it, come back in a half hour, and we'll see what it looks like. Well, it's been exactly a half hour. I followed the directions on the package. Even though I didn't want to, and I did, but I don't think it's a little chewy, and the other problem I see is a little too much liquid in there. It's 1 cup to 2.5 cups, but you can't always believe what a package says. Actually, I've never put that much liquid into any type of rice. It's usually 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2. So what I'm going to do is leave this uncovered and be very upset. But it was a new rice for me. And some rices do take a little bit more than others. So what I'll do is just raise the flame, and instead of having 1 cup rice to 2.5 cups, we're going to go 1 to 2. So it should have been 4 cups to the 2 cups. of rice instead of 5 cups of water, because that rice is just about ready. So it won't take long. Anyway, I'm going to add, I found some golden raisins. I like the taste in rice, the raisins. And some fresh chopped parsley. I'll tell you a little secret about this. This parsley was chopped, let's say, about 6 days ago. And then you squeeze it, you run water through the rag, squeeze it, and just put it on a plate. Now, if you leave it uncovered like this, it feels like it's dry parsley. Doesn't go bad. Just leave it in the refrigerator like this. But when you smell it, you smell the parsley. Not like dried parsley where you don't smell anything. So I'm going to have to let this reduce. Very upset about this. But it'll still work out. Everything always works out. Okay, as you can see, this is taking about 5 minutes. There's no more liquid in the pan, but it's still a little moist. So what I'm going to do is drop it down to a simmer. Leave it like that for about 15 minutes. Then it should dry out nicely and we'll have something to eat. Meanwhile, in the 15 minutes, I'm putting the raisins, the golden raisins in there. And I'll finish it off with some chopped parsley or scallions or chives, whatever you like. You could put currants in here. You could put dried cranberries. But I just happen to have some golden raisins, so we throw them in there. That's an option. Well, we're done. Throw the parsley on there. This jasmine rice has nice texture, has a nice chew to it, but it's not as aromatic as one jasmine rice I cooked some years ago. You could smell it a block away. But it has a nice flavor, all of its own. Coming from the mountainous region in Thailand that it comes from. So we have a nice colorful, oh, we could have some green, well, we do have green in there, some parsley. Anyway, that's it. I just changed the recipe, adjusted the water amount, and that should be good. We'll put some on a plate. That's it. I'm going to throw some red beans on there and enjoy my dinner. I hope you enjoy this recipe.